AK-47. I saw he was live and he was talking about. Yo, yeah. King Von setup confirmed. See, I need to know what the fuck he talking about. He be talking about some crazy shit sometimes, bro.
All I'm gonna say is, Vonnie, you've been playing cool for a long time. Excuse me. Who is King Von's second baby mama? Nigga, I'm sitting on boatloads of information fresh out of an old block nigga mouth that I'm not gonna expose with all this shit, nigga, about what's going on. And only because they don't fuck with certain niggas at OTF like Vonnie and them. It's a problem.
Yeah,
Another thing.
They said OTF Vonnie snitching on Durk.
Who's King Von's second baby mama?
They said he snitching on Durk.
Does anybody know?
Who? King Von's second baby mama, isn't it that
Does anybody know?
Who is it? It wasn't that bitch that he was beefing over.
Bitch, let me ask you something. Why was you fucking with Vonnie? You reading script, bitch. No, excuse me. I'm going off DMs, hoe ass nigga. But by a reliable street hood source, nigga. Vonnie. King Von baby mama. When y'all start fucking around with each other? Because everybody know this happened. It ain't no Kima, it's the other bitch. Vonnie, the other bitch. Why that start happening? Everybody on Duke. Everybody was on Duke. Asked about these things. But what's up with this Vonnie and King Von baby mama situation too though? Is the text message between Vonnie and his dad. Hood educated. I'm about to break it all down. Who is the same nigga that ran up in Von's spot when he died?
I remember that shit because when he died,
or whoever was the last baby mama. Whoever was the last baby mama, not the second, the last one, the very last one. And also, who ran up in that nigga house? Who knew all the Atlanta shit, Savannah niggas, and every motherfucking thing? And also, why was Von woke and knew what was going on at that time? And why don't we see a certain nigga on camera that we know that was there? Can anybody point where the fuck Vonnie was on that motherfucking camera when we know he was there? Can anybody point why does these niggas have all this shit going on when Vonnie was the nigga that was fucking with Quando? How y'all think Quando Rondo and them initially even got together to make them fuck 63rd video? Vonnie, nigga.
Hey, yo.
No, ain't no dirt, brother. No.
Way.
Shut your bitch ass up, bitch.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
Shut your bitch ass up, bitch.
Ain't no fucking way.
What I'm asking you is
ain't
this.
No fucking way. That's his cousin. OTF Vonnie was the manager.
Remember, it was the nigga that ran off the screen, but he was right there, and we like, who the fuck is that? But we could never really peep. We peeped the other nigga. Nigga, Vonnie.
You tell me nigga ran when the shooting
Vonnie had a prior relationship. He the reason everybody know each other. Everybody. He the reason everybody was cool. And then somehow this nigga became Durk Messenger. Kayla B, let's go back to this bitch. Why she get that truck? Kayla B said she was at home. What if I told y'all Kayla B was there? In a truck with motherfucking BJ while the shooting shit was going on, but Kayla B swore to the whole internet she was at home sleep. What if I told y'all, no she wasn't, bitch was there?
Nah, ain't no fucking
way. Remember y'all, all of a sudden, it was certain
way.
motherfuckers trying to say, They weren't even there.
Ain't no way they set King Von up like this. I don't believe this shit. I don't believe this shit. I don't.
Kayla B, I will put my whole channel on the line if you say on kids and everything, you wasn't there. Who else ran up in that house and stole shit from motherfucking Von with Vonnie? Who else with Vonnie? Who was in cahoots with Vonnie with the hard drive and all that shit? That so happened received a truck that wasn't even gave by the motherfucker we all thought it was gave by.
Is that the other manager? I can't think of his name.
Kayla B. Kayla B. Who went live mysteriously? Soon as that nigga Von started to get shot the fuck up.
Lil Durk.
Who went live on Instagram?
Lil Durk did.
For an alibi. Who went live?
Lil Durk went live. I remember that, and they told him on a live.
Durk. Who's on the case with Durk? When Von died, what happened to the case that had to do with Durk? When all the evidence was on him, when everything, they said they see his arm hanging out the motherfucking window. They said they see his tattoos, him shooting outside of his truck. Truck, nigga. They said they see Durk's arm with his tattoos hanging out the window shooting in his truck on camera.
Nah, they did. They did.
Soon as Von died, he go live somehow, some way. At the perfect time. And then right after that, dismissed. And if Von was alive, he would have been charged with everything. Huh? So Von clothes get robbed. His security deposit box get robbed. The hard drive
Oh my God.
it took. He gets blamed for the murder. Not only that, he get added into the Duke murder too. All this shit going on while there's one nigga running around this bitch orchestrating every fucking thing. Vonnie.
That's crazy. Nah, ain't no way they set up King Von. Ain't no way his homie set him up for some odd niggas to kill him, bro. I just don't believe that.
Von died.
I don't believe that.
We see Durk on Jump. Durk, you wasn't on that motherfucking song that first. Mimo already exposed that. You was not on that motherfucking song. How you get on the motherfucking song? If y'all go to the voices, Durk voice sound added in like a motherfucker's at the end. Durk start rapping gangsta and shit all of a sudden. What the fuck going on? And then the crazy part is Kayla B ain't getting no truck before that hard drive was took. Why she get a truck afterwards? Vonnie done stole $200,000 from this motherfucking nigga and was fucking his fucking baby mama, nigga.
Oh my gosh.
Now why don't y'all ask Vonnie and Vonnie daddy and them OTF niggas and O-Block niggas, how the fuck does a nigga steal $200,000 that's also fucking this nigga baby fucking mama, nigga?
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I hope that's not true.
To me, he don't fuck with no fucking Von, nigga. If you doing all that.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit.
Vonnie been the one setting shit up. He's not Von's real cousin. He met him in Atlanta. Vonnie had a relationship with Von's last BM before he died. He knew she was pregnant, but she was not having it. But Vonnie wanted to extort Von for money, which he did. Told Von shit like investing in trucks, getting a trucking company that never surfaced. After he passed, he stole the money out of Von's account and the security deposit box. Then, after that, Von was able. Who was the Durk? You might get a little pass right here.
Yeah.
Somebody put that play in order for the face to not go in jail that time. If Von is dead, or if something happens to Von, Durk, you can get off that case. Remember, Vonnie not no street nigga. He the smart nigga. After he passed, he stole all the money. Everybody believes, me, my homies, and everybody, Vonnie met with Tim in Atlanta. And the shoot supposedly at the Morocco is owned by 21 Savage uncle. But Kayla B's story was she was there, she was home, asleep with her phone off, but the new footage from the shooting shows her in the black truck with BJ.
Who the fuck is BJ?
And my whole hood knows BJ was in the truck with her. BJ knows this and Kayla B. Then she goes after and steals the hard drive, gives the hard drive to Durk, and somehow she gets a brand new truck right after that. The whole hood been questioning this shit. Kayla B has cut off a lot of O-Block members. She don't fuck with nobody. It has not been back here.
Nah, I don't know.
Von was going shot. Durk went live. Do y'all hear this shit?
Nah, that shit crazy.
We all was at the bowling alley in Atlanta. And that's why the guy saying Booney told them about Von. Then the rest like Pab. We know all the part, but Quando Rondo was never the target. If he got hit, he got hit. And let me tell y'all something too, and this is mighty funny.
Wow.
How the fuck did not Quando Rondo did not get shot?
Yeah, and they tussling, right?
And like a couple days before the Lounge shooting, 100K Track gave 3 contracts out. I want y'all to go back to them contracts.
Yeah, what the fuck?
When 100K Track gave a contract to Muwap and them, how long ago was that before this shit?
There's a new allegation coming out where people believe that they have found a new cooperant in the OTF case. Now, this case obviously involves murder for hire. The OTF cases, you don't know, they're claiming that under the direction of Durk Banks, he ordered a group of 5 other men to carry out and commit a murder against, supposedly it was
Free Durk.
be Quando Rondo, but the incident and the shooting took the life of his cousin, whose name was Lil Pop. He got arrested subsequently for murder for hire along with other people, and people have been trying to figure out who is the snitch. Now, in this case, I've reviewed it extensively.
How was the other dude gonna say?
There's definitely cooperants, and by the way, because of...
How was Act 47 gonna say that Durk set up a shooting against Von, but then Durk also set up a shooting to kill Quando Rondo, who was the reason that King Von died? I really do doubt that Lil Durk had King Von killed. It just don't make sense to me. The nigga, whatever that nigga say in his music is real. I believe whatever Lil Durk say in his music, it is real. So, buck all that shit. I don't believe that shit. That nigga just be spreading out fucking whatever conspiracy theories and shit.
There's nothing that we've seen in the indictment as a smoking gun that shows that Lil Durk has said anything on a wiretap, has texted anything that's completely like, self-snitching, or, anything that's there where he's just caught dead to rights. So what this charge would be is that people who would be cooperating against him. Who would be cooperating against him? Well, the people who either paid for the trip, people who did the murder, or people who were the middleman who got the people to do the murder, they would be able to tell on Lil Durk. So the new person who they're now claiming is the cooperant is someone named OTF Vonnie. Now, we talked about Vonnie. Vonnie was the guy who was on the plane, the private jet that came from Miami to LA.
Facts.
Now, allegedly,
He was the
they
one
got
with Durk.
this jet. Afterwards, they realized that Quando Rondo was in LA, but they got the jet. Durk was on the jet. Vonnie was on the jet. If you don't know who Vonnie is, I'll refresh your memory. OTF Vonnie, King Von, and they were at, what's the name of that jewelry spot? Icebox. Vonnie was the guy when this is Vonnie here. When Vaughn was at Icebox getting the O-Block chain. For all the homies. Vonnie was the guy right next to him that was trying to haggle and trying to like make sure he didn't get finesse, which people would be like, that's a good homie because he's, trust me, when you got money and like you're new to this, like you also try to not look broke. And that's how they finesse you a lot of times because you don't haggle, right? Like when you broke, you be haggling. When you rich, you kind of like, oh no, if I haggle, it might look like I'm broke. But this guy, who's Vaughn's best friend, was like, nah, he ain't paying that. He ain't doing this. Look.
You're the big boss?
Oh no, she's
So this is Vonnie. This is King Vaughn.
international sales. She just does international sales.
How about that?
This is our no, that's the big boss.
That's the big boss? How are you? Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Now, if we go back to that video, Icebox King Vaughn, you're gonna notice in that video there is a lot of conversation.
Come on, boy, guys.
Or Vonnie is like
We're going
haggling. So this is Vonnie on the right.
I never seen my mom on the slide because she had a Benz before.
Yes, and plus that.
Okay. Here's him trying to haggle, for Vaughn. And a lot of people said, yo, Vonnie was a real nigga because he's trying to make sure his man doesn't get finessed.
Yeah. That man, dog. He came a long way.
Remember, he died in 2020, so I think this was 2019 or something like that. No, actually, it was 2020. This was a couple months before he died. That's why it was pandemic masked up.
Long way, man, for real. So that means you're giving us the watch for how much?
So you see him kind of conducting business. He's trying to make sure Vaughn don't get finessed. A lot of people said he had a lot of love for Vaughn, and that's why people actually believe that he was one of the people who would be with the quote-unquote slide-in for Vaughn because Vaughn was his guy, and, your guy get killed, you should be one of the... Muwap and them got sent to jail. He would be one of the guys who had a real close tie to Vaughn.
However you look at it. Yeah.
So you just give us the watch for $5 then, and then you just keep the earrings. We don't want them earrings.
No.
That makes sense, don't it?
Apparently, he was also considered the manager, or like the road manager, because 100K Track was the manager as well for King Vaughn.
Give us the watch for $5 right now. I'm gonna take a shot. Like that. It's the same. So how much you telling me the earrings for?
Look at the back.
No, how much are you?
Look at the back.
Okay, the back says 600.
Okay.
So that means you're giving me for 5,500, like I said.
Yes, and plus tax.
Come on, man. You know coming out of quarantine like that. Hey, how much you say you want me to do? 70?
I can sell for 80, no trades.
70 cash?
No.
Wire transfer?
See, he tried to say, he said 80, he said 89. What about 70? Vaughn keeping it chill.
Yeah, we're going to do 70 in the parking lot.
No, bro.
30 right now, come on.
You got some 2.5 carat each ones.
Man,
It's wheeling and dealing. Now, a lot of people said this guy's a solid guy. They actually said he was the least likely nigga to snitch of the group. However, we're now hearing rumors
like a
that
solid guy.
he's the one who told, allegedly, right? A lot of the guys that was associated with OTF, they all start posting pictures and they put a rat emoji over Vonnie's face, right?
There you go.
It says, Lil Durk co-defendant OTF Vonnie confirms he wants to take a plea deal. It said, this is my jail number. Need to get in contact. Send me a message here. Inshallah, I'll call you this week. Just now, able to get everything on point. Love. So long as it's okay. Do you have the situation under control? Said K Grant, yeah, I'm trying to plea out to 32, which is the base for murder.
Hey, yo.
God damn.
God damn. To plead out of at 32 is crazy, bro. You might as well take your life. You might as well take the life.
Yo, Chad, that just sounds crazy.
To
Trying to plea out to 32 years.
It's
oh my
crazy,
God.
bro.
It's a base for murder.
Take that bitch to trial.
Which
that
is
bitch
the
to
base
trial.
for murder for hire. The max is 43, which is life. 2 points for the plea, 1 point for early plea, and 2 points for no background. 27 is 5 to 7 years. Hopefully, it's better than that. I can't go to trial. Might get a elbow. Don't want them to do me like them other boys. So it looked like he's saying he's thinking about a plea. It says, you got under control if you take a plea. Everyone else has to take a plea. Because accepting responsibility means you're telling what your role was in it, but you can come home tomorrow if you let them know about Vaughn. What?
What?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
What the hell? Nah, for real, what the hell?
God damn.
The heliante? He said tell him about Vaughn.
Wow. I don't know if that's a real text too, though. So let's just say allegedly for now. That's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
Pleading out to 32 years is ridiculous. Let me just find some more details about it.
Taking a plea for
Vonnie.
32 is crazy.
Sorry.
To
Okay.
accept 32 and not try to fight that bitch is wild.
Now, somebody whose name is Nut FRFR. I don't know who that is. Let me Google it. Nut underscore FRFR. Who's that? They're saying this person is down with OTF, supposedly. That's what they're saying.
Everything that's hard, that you think hard in your head,
Okay, does he have pictures with anybody? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're saying
fuck?
he's like,
Out of town, who just came to party, and why you decided to play with me?
said, free my brother Durk, and rest in peace D thing. I hate to see y'all go through this. I guess people are calling him an affiliate.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it looked like he's doing some Cash App scams. So I don't, I don't know, bro. Let's see. Who do flyers? I need a pool party.
I'm outside, pull up.
I don't know if we want to listen to him. He's selling weed for $80. I don't know.
Let's go, let's go. What did I miss?
Weed for $80
When I was
is
living
sick.
in Charlie, cooking with Charlie.
You might as well go to the
Is
dispensary.
that a college party? When? Okay, I don't know if this is the OTF affiliate we need to be listening to, but fine, whatever. They're saying that
He filed a
protective custody order. People are saying he was accused of taking $20K from King Von's deposit box after his death. I don't know, bro. Who covers Chicago these days? Somebody else posted. No, this is a nut guy. It looks like the nut guy is the only person who is.
Who the fuck is Vonnie? Y'all on this bitch loose. That's why I don't like going live, y'all.
I don't know. Maybe he did take 200,000.
Somebody says his sister-in-law accuses Vonnie of ratting. Who's his sister-in-law? Super Hot Shopper. Let's see who that is. Super
I love
Hot
how academic
Shopper.
searches everybody on Instagram.
Who is this?
It's hilarious, bro.
Wow.
He really be finding these people though. Super hot chopper.
Oh, is this
That's
D
his
Thing's
baby mom?
like lady? D Thing is Lil Durk's brother. So I guess that would be,
That's a valid source.
Durk's sister-in-law. Wow.
Wow.
I guess if she commented, that gives it a little bit more credence. I guess she would know a little bit more, right? But also, these people could just be speculating. They could just be speculating. The next thing they're going to say is, well, you can't really look him up in BOP.gov, which is, he's not in federal custody anymore. That's So let's look him up. Let's look him up.
If he's not in federal custody, that would tell him.
Locate an inmate. Yeah, we're going to locate an inmate by... Not... Inmates, find an inmate. His name is Kavon Grant. Kavon Grant. Okay.
Okay.
Not in BOP custody. I've heard people say this on Clubhouse, and it's one of the dumbest shit I've heard too. Not in BOP custody. And by the way, I've heard Wack say this too, and I disagree with Wack. So I don't want you to think I'm ducking smoke with Wack. This does not mean he's snitching. Not in BOP custody. From what I've heard, it doesn't. It could mean he's housed in a resident jail that isn't completely feds. Okay? So there are some federal inmates that are not in a federal jail. Doesn't mean they're telling. He's clearly an inmate because here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying, niggas be stupid.
I ain't gonna
If
lie.
they're trying to hide him,
People just don't say shit for no reason, bro. If there's articles, for example, with the Shannon Sharp shit, All them articles dropped about Shannon, that shit real, bro. All them articles dropped about Diddy, that shit real. All these articles popping up about OTF Vonnie snitching on Durk, it's not coming from nowhere, bro. It's coming from somewhere.
Why would they even bring this up?
Now, I do think he's snitching, but I don't think Lil Durk set up King Von.
Don't they think that the nimwits of the world will be like, well, we found him, but it says not in custody. He clearly is still an inmate. He has a register number. They're just saying the Bureau of Prisons, which is a federal bureau, which has certain jails and certain places, he's not under their control.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
Doesn't mean he's telling.
That nigga
Again,
telling.
I'm not saying he's not, but we like people are so eager to try to create snitches. And again, if somebody got some real intel, let me know. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm actually saying this is bullshit. I'm saying this is bullshit. And I'm actually surprised some of these guys are actually letting this happen, or not clearing this up, because I think, you know, shit, I could imagine people who like Durk or some street nigga might try to hurt him or his family.
Bro, if they not clearing it up, it's for a reason, bro.
If there is someone snitching, put it like this.
Somebody
And
in there
this is another
snitching.
thing too.
If Durk is still being held, somebody is in there snitching, bro. If no one was in there telling, Durk would be home right now. The fact that he's still behind bars is that there is somebody in there snitching.
If he was snitching, right? They
I
would
know
quickly
someone's
remove him
snitching.
out of this indictment. Quickly.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Again, I'm not saying he's not snitching, but we just got to be a little bit educated. I'm not going off of a couple screenshots. This is not enough for me personally. But you know, let the streets just do what they do.
He had got on the plane. Vonnie could tell him what happened, and then the timestamps from the phone.
Also, I'll be honest with you. A lot of YouTubers, they're eager to make content and jump ahead of the gun. Oh, this guy's snitching. This guy's snitching. And I've seen, and not so much Trenches News or whatever, but I've seen a lot of these guys make these assumptions, and when they're wrong, they act like they never said it. You know, like, I'm not saying I'm the greatest legal mind, but y'all gotta know what y'all are reading.
Yeah, you just can't.
And y'all
come
gotta
out-
know what y'all are interpreting.
Can't just be out here assuming someone's a snitch. That is a crazy assumption and a crazy allegation. So, if you call someone a snitch, you definitely gotta stand on that.
Because y'all audience are depending on y'all for real shit. At this point, if you ask me, there is no, if anything I'm taking away from this, Vonnie probably has looked at with his lawyers the discovery and says, we're fucked. They probably saw the real cooperants and said, we're fucked. I'm not taking this shit to trial. I'm not getting take-aid. I'm going to plea out.
Damn.
And whoever is texting them is saying, well, listen, if you're going to plea out, and if that's what you're thinking, make sure everybody going to plea out too.
Durk not clean now.
Digital footprint is gonna be able to cooperate what
Durk not playing.
OTF Vonnie saying that Lil Durk did, or what they did before, and who they got the phone call from. Now they in California. He could say that Lil Durk knew all he needed to say, and Lil Durk is done. If he say that Lil Durk knew what was going on, because that's all you got to do is prove in a murder for hire case that you knew, and you just as well guilty as the killers. Now, Vonnie got a gun charge, too. He got the gun charges, so he had to buy the guns for somebody. So everybody finna go to jail. Everybody going down. And in his text message, he said clearly that he's not finna get an elbow like those other guys, you know, talking about the OTF members or possibly O-Block. Now, the tricky thing about this, he has more leverage, man. Hey, look, I know it might sound crazy.
Okay, so someone has corrected me. They said that this idea when he says, I'm trying to plea out to a 32, okay? Apparently, if we Google, so supposedly he's talking about a level 32. So a level 32 would be a 10 to 12 years. I'm not gonna lie to you. If he think he's gonna plea out and hope to, the way it works in federal court, you gotta get the letter. It's a 5K1 letter. If you don't get the letter, The letter comes in and it gets submitted into evidence at sentencing, only at sentencing. Okay, your time snitching doesn't end until you get the letter. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If he gets sentenced between 10, well, I think he might have a criminal history, but if he gets sentenced between 10 and 12 years, he's snitching. I ain't gonna lie to you. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never
10 to
fucking
12,
mind.
yeah, he snitched.
Nigga,
He snitched.
you're in a murder for hire, you get 10 years? Yeah, you snitch.
He sounded like Queso dad. That nigga did. He had life, and then he only served 10 years and 3 months. That nigga was snitching. He snitched on his sons, nigga. So, yeah, this nigga snitching.
Now, we don't know if that the text message is real, but if he's thinking he's gonna get 10 years, oh, hell nah. A murder for hire? Oh, hell nah. He must be thinking,
He about to
remember,
tell it all.
look, federal sentencing, murder for hire guidelines. It should say life.
Life.
If the person gets injured but not killed, up to 20 years. If no injured death occurs, could be 10 years. Now, it should say if there's death. If the murder is carried out and the victim dies, the penalty can be either life or death. It's over. Like, so, ain't no, you ain't getting out of no 10. So, if he's thinking he's going to get a 10, maybe that's an insinuation. So I'll correct myself. And I want to be malleable with that because, you know, I don't like this idea where I see a lot of bloggers, like, you know what I mean, these guys are just quick to rush to say this guy's a snitch, and because they're doing it for content, right? And at the end of the day, let's just wait. But, again, I don't know if this text message is real, but if it is real, it would kind of
make sense. He trying to finesse. That's what you gonna do in prison, boy. When they hit you with that life, you gonna try to finesse.
Anyway, let me keep listening.
Y'all, man. But OTF Vonnie, man.
Man, if I got life, I'd be doing the same shit. If there was a way for me to try to finesse to 10, you guarantee I'm telling and doing whatever I gotta do to get my 10.
He backdoored Vine, man. And that's from the streets. That's for the people who know. It might be new to the internet, you know. I might be telling you some foreign shit that you can't comprehend right now. But he backdoored Vine, man. He the one who got up with Quando Rondo and them people, bro, and gave them the time and everything. Everybody was wondering, how did they just meet up? You know, they say Quando and them from Savannah, Georgia, right? And they was in Atlanta. What would make them meet up? And I want y'all to get in the comments. How did they just meet up like that? When this person explained, and this person is, you know, the closest thing that we gonna get to Von, Durk, them, and everything, man. This person is legit, fully legit, you know. And he backdoored Von, man. He gave up they low, man. They got Von out the way. He was stealing. Then the cases with him and Durk them, and also Durk them blame Von for the shit, and they got it sealed. They blame Von them for the shit. It's been confirmed, and then they got it sealed after that. You know, Vonnie been slimy the whole time. He been stealing from Von all the situations that been taking place. We seen on the internet with Von them. Von accused somebody of stealing money. You know, it was Vonnie who was stealing. Von probably thought he paid for his house. Vonnie was renting it. Vonnie had all the controls over the money. You know, these guys, Lil Durk them, Von them, they never passed high school. They never graduated to the next step. And when they did go to school, the teachers were just passing them, just for showing up. So Vonnie is the smart one. You know, he the one go to Icebox, break the deals for him. He do everything for him. When a person get murdered in Chicago, they call for their payment, and he makes sure it get. They don't talk to Lil Durk. They talk to Vonnie. So Lil Durk is nil. Whether I want him to get in jail, which I don't care. I'm just a blogger. But he nil. I'm telling y'all. I finna show y'all these text messages, and then I'm gonna get back to the King Von situation. So just bear with me.
Man, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I think he's snitching.
He trying to get, because he ain't trying to get life in prison, you know, and they telling him, throw Von under the bus. on everything. Tell them about the Vaughn situation. And when I mean when they saying tell them about the Vaughn situation, meaning that they backdoored Vaughn, man. I know it's hard to believe, like, man, why would Lil Durk crash out behind King Von and all that? Hey, the streets will make you do it. The internet will make you do it. But the streets definitely, hey, look, we don't know what happened to Vaughn, but man, somebody better go ahead and do something. You know what I'm talking about? The streets will make you. I don't give a fuck how much money you is. You know, you ain't bigger than the trenches. You know, you could buy some people, but some people you can't buy, you know? So that's the situation, man. What he talking about at the end of that, he's saying that, you know, tell him about Vaughn. Dirk got a Drew Finland. Hey, he gonna need, goddammit, Johnny Cochran in them now. And when I say he gonna need them now, he gonna need them now, man.
Now, here's the thing, though. I actually disagree that Dirk is cooked.
Backdoor Dirk to backdoor Von.
I believe unless there was a wire, I believe that unless you have Dirk dead to rights, I think Dirk could make a reasonable argument in court. All of us wanted Quando Rondo or Lil Pop dead. Yes, I was the money man, but there's no beyond a reasonable doubt proof that I was the one who set this up. I didn't shoot nobody. Yeah. I wasn't there. Y'all are my friends. Yes, I was around y'all.
He didn't buy that shit.
Yes, I was in LA.
Yeah.
But y'all have to prove. And here's the thing. If we're going to rely on a bunch of criminals, and again, it can't be just one. Not all of these guys, these ain't choir boys. These guys got a criminal act. Some of these guys on their third stripe. Some of these guys, they know they ain't never coming back home. They know what the DA wants or not. Yeah, well, the feds want. They want Lil Durk's head. Pause.
Yeah.
Again, if there's a reasonable argument to make to be like, these motherfuckers are lying. They're lying. You're going to need some type of proof that Durk was in this. And we haven't heard about a text message. We haven't heard about a recorded call. So if we got to go on the words of a bunch of killers and a bunch of criminals.
That's crazy.
Now, granted,
yeah.
If 5 people are saying that's the nigga who set it up, the jury's about to believe it. But if it's just 1 or 2, and especially if Durk could cook up some other guys saying, nah, I was there. He ain't say that. He has a chance. As long as there's not no dead to rights proof.
Because Vonnie, he said that he confirmed that he's cooperating with the feds because he ain't getting life. That mean Lil Durk gone, man. That mean Lil Pal Mama about to get paid. That mean Mama Duck about to get paid. And the rest of them guys about to go down. Now, people asking about Jam. Yeah, they say that Jam, yeah, he did tell, but they say that Jam told. This the same person who Vonnie texting. That Jam told because of King Von being backdoored. And everybody knows that King Von was backdoored. You know, we didn't know that Zoo was there. I remember this one live where it was this live where Lil Durk was on live and the fans was telling him that King Von is dead. And they was playing crazy. According to them, man, they already knew, you know, what was about to happen. They couldn't stand the heat that King Von was bringing, man. He was bringing extra heat, you know, and then they were stealing from him. Everybody around him was stealing. Von got a good heart. That's one thing about him. I can say about him. He got a good heart. He'll cash out everybody. He used to buy the grown niggas weed when he was a kid, when he was a teenager. He was buying a grown BD's weed. So I know he got a heart, you know, giving people shoes and shit. So they were stealing from him, his own people. Vonnie is not Von's cousin. His daddy and Silk is friends. And, you know, that's how Vonnie got that.
Okay, we're going to figure out if he's snitching or what.